So I'm watching ESPN First Take this morning, and of course, Stephen A. Smith said that he believes Lonzo Ball's overrated and he's not worth the hype because so many NBA players want to come at Lonzo Ball's head. And then, of course, under the same breath, Stephen A. Smith says he believes Lonzo Ball can ball and Lonzo Ball's going to be box office. So in one breath, Stephen A. Smith says Lonzo Ball's not worth the hype. And then in the other breath, he says Lonzo Ball can be box office. And I'm going to tell you what Stephen A. Smith is trying to say. Stephen A. Smith is trying to say, if Lonzo Ball's a bust, I told you so. And if Lonzo Ball's a future All-Star and Hall of Famer, I told you so. So he's basically trying to play both sides. Just in case anything happens, he has a safety net. If people come up to him and say, whoa, Lonzo Ball's a bust. What's wrong with you, Stephen A. Smith? Why didn't you report this? Stephen A. Smith can now say, whoa. I always said that Lonzo Ball was not worth the hype. I always said that. On the flip side, if Lonzo Ball ends up being somebody that's a star in this league, Stephen A. Smith can now say, whoa, don't come at me. I said the kid was box office. So he's trying to play both sides. Stephen A. Smith is not low. So to recap what I said, in one breath Stephen A. Smith is saying Lonzo Ball is not worth the hype. And then in the other breath he's saying Lonzo Ball is going to be box office. And of course, Stephen A. Smith says that the reason Lonzo Ball is overhyped and overrated is because he has been told by other NBA guards and NBA players that they can't wait to get their hands on Lonzo Ball. And that is why Stephen A. Smith believes that Lonzo Ball may be a little bit overhyped, because there are players that want to expose Lonzo Ball for who he is. And if he does get exposed, Stephen A. Smith just wants to have that safety net. That's why he's saying everything he's saying. Now, I'm not going to take the Stephen A. Smith route. And the reason I'm not going to take the Stephen A. Smith route and play both sides is because we already know who Lonzo Ball is. We already know who he is. On any given night, there could be a situation where a point guard scores 40 points on Lonzo Ball's head, right? But Lonzo Ball ends up getting 10 assists, 10 rebounds, 5 steals, and because of this, he helps his teammates win the game. He helps his teammates improve. He helps his teammates get better. That is the player Lonzo Ball's going to be. And just to be very clear, Lonzo Ball is not a scorer. Lonzo Ball is a pass-first point guard. He's a guy that gets his teammates involved. He's a guy that makes everybody around him better. That is who he is. So if there's any given night where Lonzo Ball just happens to score 4 points, but he gets 15 assists, are you guys going to call him a bust because he had 4 points, even though he had 15 assists and 10 rebounds? Because right there, that's who Lonzo Ball is. He's not a guy that's going to attack the opposing point guard. He's a guy that's going to score if he has to score. That's who he is. If he has to score, then he will score. But he wants to pass that ball first. And that is why I'm not going to really bother looking at the stat line, because the stat line is going to look crazy. People are going to look at the stat line and go, whoa, Lonzo Ball's a bust because he's only averaging 9 points per game. But then if you look at his assists and you see that he's averaging 10 assists per game as well and 11 rebounds per game, could you really call the man a bust? I don't know about that. How could you call somebody that averages 10 assists and 11 rebounds per game a bust? Mind you, this is only his rookie year. Imagine when he gets his three-point shot to go down. Imagine that. Let's not forget Shawn Marion had an ugly form himself. And Shawn Marion was hitting three-point shots at a consistent basis at a point. Now, why do I mention Shawn Marion? Because people keep talking about Lonzo Ball's ugly form, and that's the reason he can't shoot threes. There have been many NBA players that had ugly forms, and they could get the three-point shot and knock down consistently. It's not about his form. It's about the amount of practice he puts in. So anyways, that's why I believe Lonzo Ball's not going to be a bust. The man may not light up the scoreboard, but as far as assists and rebounds go, you guys got yourselves a keeper, Lakers Nation. You guys got yourself a keeper. Because this man will rebound and this man will get you assists. It's only a matter of time till he starts scoring on a consistent basis. So if I'm a Lakers fan, don't worry about Lonzo Ball. He's going to be alright. And if somebody scores 40 points on him and Lonzo Ball only scores 6, remember, he's here to pass the ball. Now, if Laker Nation did have somebody to worry about, and I'm going to end this video in a negative note for Laker fans, if there's somebody you guys got to worry about, it's Brandon Ingram. I don't follow Brandon Ingram. I'm not a Lakers fan like that. I follow Lonzo Ball because I like the guy. Brandon Ingram, I'm not a fan of his. What is going on with that man? He can't shoot. He looks like he's out of it. He looks like he's worried about losing his job to Kyle Kuzma. People keep saying he was the next Kevin Durant. I don't see it. Kevin Durant, at this stature of his career, which is only year 2, Durant showed some promise at this point. I don't see that from Brandon Ingram. When I turn on Lakers game, Brandon Ingram looks real basic. I don't see anything special, and I'm not impressed. And you know what? I'm going to take this a step further. D'Angelo Russell looks like he's better than Brandon Ingram right now. Right now, D'Angelo Russell looks like he was a better piece than Brandon Ingram, like a more valuable piece than Brandon Ingram. That's what I see right now. Maybe you Laker fans can explain this to me, because I don't know what's going on with Brandon Ingram. I just don't know. So I don't want to say something I regret in the future, but I just don't know what's going on.